Hey guys!
Hey guys, happy Thursday, everyone.
Yes, happy Thursday. Where did that week go?
I know, but that's a good thing, isn't it, Tanya? If a long weekend is like 2 days away,
Yeah, I know.
or 1 day away. Okay, so today we are going to share the ultimate advice for smart entrepreneurs who want to create video consistently, but can't seem to take consistent action. Hey, I'm Michelle Lang here.
Hey guys, I'm Tanya Target Camacho, and we're the co-founders of Visible Impact. And we wanted to jump in today because this is a problem that a lot of entrepreneurs have. They know the power of video and they've invested in all this video equipment, and they perhaps have even purchased online courses, but they just can't seem to take action or consistent action, Michelle.
Absolutely. We call this video procrastinationitis. We literally gave a name to it because we recognize it in ourselves and so many of our clients. I mean, we really get it. For us, for years, we put it off because it just seemed too time consuming, too cumbersome. There was too much pressure to get it right, to look the right way and sound the right way. And it just made us not want to do it at all. And same with our clients.
Yeah, and then I think the other problem too is that when you finally do muster the courage to do it, then there's this kind of cringe factor of watching yourself back on video. And there's a couple of reasons for that. One is the mirror on the wall bias, where the video actually reflects a mirror object of how you look, and you don't recognize that. And then there's this other phenomena at play, which is the big brother factor, which is where if you were ever doing a presentation in class in high school or college, you had live people around you and they would give you praise and encouragement. But of course, when you're doing a video, like Michelle, I can tell you that you're awesome, but if I'm doing it on myself, there's no one there. And so there's this real feeling that because there's silence, that others are judging you and that you're not doing okay when you're actually doing fantastic.
You're so right. It turns you into Hector the projector. Like you assign your worst thoughts onto that audience, assuming they're thinking things that they may not be thinking at all.
Yeah, and I'm just wondering, just really quickly, if this is you, if you're relating to any of this, please let us know in the comments. Now, we are using StreamYard, so we are multi-streaming to YouTube and Facebook, and we'd love for you to just pop your name in before your comment, but let us know. Do you suffer from mirror bias, big brother factor? Are you making videos consistently? Do you still have that cringe factor? Where are you at right now? And of course, if you are joining us live, hashtag live, hashtag, or if you're watching the replay, please do hashtag replay. And if you have any comments and you're watching the replay, we'll be sure to circle back and answer those as well. Sorry for interrupting, Michelle. I just wanted to, we'd love to hear about you and have you guys join this conversation.
No looky-loos without a comment. If you're going to watch, you got to comment. We want to know who you are. Otherwise, we're going to create a third-party app to find out who you are. Just kidding. All right, but here's the thing that happens, right? In everything, there's logic and there's an emotion, right? There's what your mind says and there's what your heart and emotions tell you. So logically, I think many of you by now know the power of video. We know, hopefully you know too, that Wharton Business School found that audiences are 72% likelier to buy your products or services when videos are used. It speeds up buying decisions by as much as 70%. And then get this, videos on social media.
Oh, Michelle's frozen. Yeah, I lost you there for a minute there. And while Michelle's just getting her internet back, hey, Susie, how are you? Awesome to have you joining us live, and you're just getting started. That's fantastic. So, are you just getting started, like making videos, making videos consistently? What's your biggest challenge there? And just while you're responding and Michelle's coming back, Michelle was talking about some really interesting stats, and we've shared that with you guys before. But, the truth is that audiences are 72% more likely to buy your products and services when you use video. And it also speeds up buying decisions when you use video by 70%. And those were some stats from the Wharton Business School. And then also the Content Marketing Institute also put out some stats that when you use video, you're likely to get 10 times the amount of comments, likes, and shares. So we know how powerful video is. But of course, the mind might know one thing and the heart does something else, which is crazy because there's something like 3.8 billion social media users on their phones each day. And they actually spend, or we actually spend on average, 75 days of the year on video. And so today we're going to be sharing 5 keys for getting off the sidelines and doing video consistently, because it really is all about making video creation simpler and easier for you. Michelle, are you back?
I am back. Our internet cut out today, so now I've logged back in.
Yes.
Always have a backup plan, guys. Always have a backup plan.
And I love live because we just keep going, and I just said hi to Susie while you disappeared. Michelle, Susie's joining us live, and she says she's just getting started. So I was saying, Susie, let us know exactly where you are with getting started. Is that just getting on video, doing videos consistently, or doing it as more of like a real marketing tool? Love to really understand a little bit more about you. Michelle, we were just about to jump into the 5 keys. Can I let you kick us off?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So here's the thing, and Susie, you're lucky because I wish somebody had told us this when we were just getting started. We're actually going to share 5 steps that are going to make video and content creation simpler and easier for you so that you can start breaking down those resistance barriers and getting off the sideline and start doing video consistently. And most important, all in a way that's really simple, very doable, and really fun. So what's really cool about the 5 steps that we're about to share is it's really transformed the way that both we and our clients and students approach video. It's helped hundreds of our students go from massive video procrastination, where they drag their heels for months and even years to make video, finding every reason they could to avoid it, to really using it consistently to grow their audiences and fill their online programs and attract those awesome high-tier clients privately that they wanted to land. So let's jump in, Tanya.
Yeah, and just before we do, I just want to honor Susie, and for those of you that are joining us live that haven't been brave enough to come and post and say hello, we do invite you to come in and have a conversation with us. And Susie says that she's not going to talk, she's taking notes. Fantastic. And she wants to focus on helping students and wants to do a podcast with leaders, which is fantastic. So video is going to be incredibly powerful, but it needs to be quick and easy. And it need, when you hear about, whenever I heard the term strategy, when someone says to me, oh, you need a video strategy, I just kind of like, oh my God, that sounds like so much hard work. But when you actually understand what's involved, we actually call it our hot video mix. And I always feel like, Michelle, I should be hosting MTV when I talk about my hot video mix. But basically, this hot video mix, it gives you a road plan, it shows you where you need to go and what videos you need to be releasing in what order. And it gives you a clear action plan. And for our students who are actually brand new to video, so Susie, that might be you, we do encourage you to do at least 1 minute tip video per week. And this is going to help you drive cold audiences. So this is going to help you collect email addresses and really build your list, because you have a podcast or you're wanting to do an online launch or sell your programs online, then you could want to build your list. So it's really great to do a 1 minute tip every week and drive it across all of your social media pages. And then also, in addition to that, we also recommend you do 1 3 to 5 minute video which nurtures and engages your audience. And there's a couple of ways that you can do this, Michelle. And did you want to speak to the 3 to 5 minute video just quickly?
Yeah, I mean, a 3 to 5 minute video is very similar to your tip video, where you're going to share a piece of high value content. You're just going to go a little bit longer and a little deeper. So instead of sharing the #1 secret to crushing it on camera with on-camera confidence, I might share 3 secrets. And the key with the end of these videos, as Tanya kind of inferred, is end with a call to action to opt in for a piece of free, valuable content, or to join your private Facebook group, so that every video gives your audience a way to continue the customer journey with you by either getting on your list or joining your private Facebook group. So that's really powerful. And so just to recap, a 1 minute video each week to attract a brand new audience who doesn't know you that well, and a 3 to 5 minute video to nurture your existing audience with a deeper dive into valuable content. And then, for a little extra credit, if you
steak knives.
What's that?
But wait, there's more for
Yeah.
your set of
There's
video
a
steak knives.
knife and a matching pen. No, okay. So what you can do though, extra, if you've got the bandwidth and the drive, is if you have a private Facebook group, go live in that group every week and give them some fresh, valuable content that people can only get if they're in that group. And that will really allow you to give people a reason to join the group. Because if you're going live every week and you ideally want to pick the same time every week to go live consistently, then you can post about it days before you know, on the Monday before you go live, a few days in advance, post about it. Let people know you're going live. Let them know they need to join that group to watch the live. Now they have a reason to join, and now you're giving them something special that they can only get in the group. So when you do those long form videos, you can do a deeper dive training with some Q&A at the end. You can do a how-to demo on something that's relevant for your audience, or you can do an expert interview where you bring in an outsider who has some value to share with your audience. So it's all about, you've noticed the theme here, providing high value to your audience. And so your hot video mix can look very different depending on what stage you are in your business. So for our students who are just starting out, like Tanya said, we'll have them do a 1-minute video each week and a 3 to 5 minute video. As you get more advanced, in the best of all worlds, you'd optimally want to be releasing video content almost every day. So that's something for those of you who are more advanced, you can keep in mind. So for Tanya and I, we each do, because there's 2 of us, we each do a 1-minute tip video each week. We each do 2 to 5 minute shorter form videos that go into some high value content, and we go live together each week. So between us, that's about 7 videos a week. Plus, we've got some pre-recorded 1-minute videos that we drip out about every other day through our Facebook business page, and we pay to boost those videos so that more eyes see them. So it's going to vary based on where you are in your business, but we wanted to give you some ideas for once you have a rhythm. It's kind of like once you have a meal plan, now you can start plugging food in. Once you have a video plan, now you just start plugging the content into that hot video mix that you've decided to do.
Michelle, can you see Susie's comment on your screen? I'm just wondering if you can see it on your screen too. Okay, fantastic.
You want to read it out loud?
Yeah, so Susie asked, shared her website with us, and she says, I'm wanting to interview leaders so that the students will be able to hear from them how they were able to make decisions in their life to where they are today. Does this apply to what I'm wanting to do with that? You just gave me the ideas of sharing 1-minute tip video per week. Do it for all social media, then 3 to 5 minute videos. I think is what you meant to put there. Yeah. So does this apply to what I'm wanting to do? Michelle, do you want to go first?
Why don't you go first? The dog barking.
Okay, sure.
A little bit. Okay.
Yeah, Chester wants to participate. So, I mean, obviously, Susie, you're going to be wanting to create brand awareness with your podcast. So and of course, once you start getting those guests on, you're also going to have lots of amazing content where you can be teasing the guests that are coming on. But in the meantime, it'd be very interesting to find out some of the background about where this podcast is coming from. And we're kind of getting to step number 2, where we're going to be talking about creating content, right? How do you create this content for this hot video mix? And one of the really very popular content themes is speaking to challenges that people are having and even myths and false beliefs. So I'm wondering, when you talk about how people were able to make decisions in their life as to where they are today now, I wonder what their struggles with, and I wonder what stops a lot of people. What are those common objections that people think, I'm never going to get to where I want to go? And so you could be tackling these challenges and these false beliefs and creating short videos around that, while creating brand awareness in the lead up to the launch of your podcast. And then, of course, when your podcast is launched, you're going to have all these experts, and you could be literally, I used to be a journalist and a publicist, and we would actually get a list of, you know, who was going to be a guest on a radio station or a guest on an influencer podcast and their topic in advance. And then if it was interesting, we would do a story about it promoting the podcast. You could be doing that for you. You can be doing a teaser, little breakout interview, or, you know, tips video, profiling the guests that you're going to have on your show to be driving traffic to your podcast and creating that brand awareness. So you've got lots of stuff that you can be doing.
Yeah, that's a great question. And for those of you who also have questions, we're going to, we promise we'll leave some time at the end and we'll circle back and we'll take any other questions that come in. And so, Susie, I hope that was helpful. And if you have any follow-ups, we'll link back at the end of this content and see what else we can help you with. Great question. Okay, so moving right along here.
Yeah, so we were talking about a content planner. So, and I was sort of saying that brings us into step number 2, because, you want to take that consistent action, right? You want to put into play things that you're learning, or that video is powerful, because, Michelle was talking about, the power of video and how often you should be posting your video. And there is a saying in marketing, and I really do love this. It's not mine. It's a friend of mine, actually. And it is that the bigger the impact that you want to make, okay, the bigger the influence and even the bigger the income, the more content you need to be publishing, right? So if you have big dreams, you need to match that with the amount of content that you're publishing. And recent research out of the last few weeks has recommended that 70% of that content actually be video. So if you want to be making that big impact, then you really do need to be publishing the video consistently. So then it becomes like, oh my goodness, if I want to be posting even 1 tip-minute video a week and 1 3 to 5 minute video per week, what am I gonna talk about? And I touched on it just briefly when I was mentioning Susie, and that is that you can speak to your customers, your greatest challenges. So, in your ideal customer, we call it your ideal avatar in the marketing world, which just simply means your ideal customers. What is it that wakes them up or keeps them up at 2 a.m. in the morning? You really want to tap into that and then, provide a little mini transformation. So you're aware of the 2 a.m. pain point, and then you simply flip it to give them a little solution. And then the next one that you can do is, of course, speaking to that audience's false beliefs as well. So for instance, we might create a tip video that video tech is too expensive, right? Because that's a common false belief, a common myth, but we can flip that around and show them in our tips how to set up your DIY studio on a budget of $300 or less. So we identify what that false belief or that myth is, and then we smash it and blow it out of the park with a tips video. And what you can do is you could sit down, pour yourself a cup, or if it's in the evening or the sun's setting, get yourself a glass of champagne or, whatever your choice of poison is, and sit there and jot down a list of your ideal clients' 12 greatest challenges, and as well as their 12 false beliefs. So just sort of sit there and mind up, and talk about or really think about the challenges that they've shared with you or you've heard about. So these are recognizable in their language. So write 12 down of greatest challenges, 12 down of false beliefs, and boom, now you have 24 video ideas. And if your goal is to release 2 videos per week, you now have 90 days of content. So who loves that? And of course, and I'll wait for the comments to come in. And of course, the ideas that you're sharing in your 1-minute tip video, you could expand on in your 2 to 3 minute video. So you could just do 1 tip here and then take a slightly deeper dive where you've got more time in your 2 to 3 minute video. Michelle.
Yeah, I love that. And it's really cool because we find when we give them a bunch of homework to identify their ideal client avatar's basic psychological profile, right? What are the biggest pain points? What are their fears? What are their false beliefs? And when you've done that homework and you've got that one sheet, we often find that people can sit down and come up with those 24 topics in as little as like 20 minutes. And always think when you're creating the video content, think of it as flipping the coin. On one side of the coin is the problem, but you're going to flip the coin and do a video that offers a solution to that problem. So your video will give a mini solution to that greatest challenge or a mini solution to that false belief. And we say mini because we realize that in a short video, you can't solve their entire problem, but you can give them enough insight to have an aha moment or a quick win. So it's really cool how fast it is to create content once you've done that initial homework.
So we had step number 1, hot video mix.
Step number 1, hot video mix. That is right.
Step number 2, writing down your 12 greatest challenges and your 12 false beliefs or myths from
Which will
your
give
avatar.
you, yeah, and it will give you a content calendar, which is what you need. You need to go into each week, not figuring it out, but knowing with certainty, this week I'm doing this. It gives you clarity. Yeah. Now, the third step is having an easy tech setup. Okay. So back in the days of 2014, before we had cars and iPhones, when we used to take horse and buggy to work and call people through 2 strings and a paper cup in the olden days, I'm kidding. That was only 6 years ago, but it feels like a long time ago. Video creation was a lot more expensive. When I used to coach clients on setting up their own DIY video studios, so this would be about like 2010 to 2013-ish, we would put together like a $2,000 to $3,000 kit that they would get. We'd get them, a really good video camera, pro lights, wireless microphone, this whole setup. And what I would find is I'd meet with them one-on-one or in groups or at corporations to train them on it. And then if I checked in with them a month or 2 later on how's it going, they weren't using the equipment at all, because in their heads, it was too complicated, too cumbersome, taking all that equipment out, setting it up. And so what you need to actually make video creation easy, doable, and painless is a really simple setup. I mean, seriously, guys, as beautiful as DSLR cameras are, and I love them, and I love high-end lights, I own a lot of them. The things I use the most actually are the simplest to use. It is as simple as a ring light, which I'm using right now. When I'm speaking into my computer, I use an earbud, right? Because my Mac reads it really well. And if I'm shooting on my iPhone, it might be a tripod, a cell phone attachment, and either a wireless or a cord-in mic. It's that simple. And it's so simple to use that I can keep it in the corner of the room I shoot in and take it out whenever I need it. I know with Tanya, she has a whole video set up in the room that's her office. And Tanya, can you talk a little bit about how you have your setup?
Yeah, well, so I have, I got a couple of lights. I've got actually 3 lights. So I have, mine's kind of a little bit next level, but I do have 3-point lighting. But I also have a ring light. So I have a Diva ring light. So, if I want to go and shoot in another room, I just take 1 light with me. And then I have a pull down. I have the blue behind me is actually paper mounted on the wall. And it's like on a chain that Michelle's just showing hers there now. Michelle, I so want to see that lilac, by the way. I really want to see you do.
Yeah, so I did. Yeah, I did.
Put it down.
You want me to go pull it down?
Yeah, all pull it down. Show them how it works. Yeah.
It doesn't go, but we'll give it a go.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
And you pull the chain. So so my office setup is super easy, super simple. My husband uses it. My kids use it. I have to fight for it sometimes. Look at that. Michelle's just pulling it down. Oh, that's such a pretty lilac. I love it. Now let's sit down. Who loves that? And it's just so easy to do, and because my lights are all my lights, I set them up and then I got tape and I marked the carpet where the tapes go. And so if I need to move my lights, my setup time is minimal because I already know exactly where they go because I have tape on the floor. So all 3, there's all kinds of gaffer tape all over the carpet, but it makes it super, super easy. So I just come in, turn my lights on, bring that down, and boom chakalaka, I am good to go. So it's great. I love that color, Michelle. Okay, so oh, we've lost you. We've lost your mic again. I'm unmuting you. I'm going to try. No, your mic's not connected, Michelle. Okay. That's such a great color. Who loves that color, by the way? And so Michelle's got a green screen. I've got a blue and a green screen, so I can pull my green screen down. Yeah, 3-point light. So Susie, we have actually done a full Facebook training on lighting. So if you want to go in after this video and find that, we did a big one, Michelle, background and lighting.
Well, I'll link to a few of them, Susie, afterwards for sure. But, it's funny, as much as, I have the background, I have the 2 lights, I have 2 more lights and all these things, most often, all I'm using is simply the ring light, right? And then I've got the background behind me. So again, as with all marketing and with anything, there's good, better, and best. And the key is to start with good. Once you master that. Yeah, go ahead.
I had a ring light for years. I was making videos with ring lights for literally, I think, like 3 or 4 years. It's only in the last sort of 10 months where I had this space to set something up more permanent that I invested in the lighting. So, had I thought I had to have everything, I wouldn't have been able to impact as many people that I did. So it really is just about getting started. I mean, even if you don't have a diva light, I mean, I shot a video today outdoors. I shot a video yesterday outdoors. So you can, there's all kinds of things you can do. You really don't need any expensive gear. You just need a phone. You just need a smartphone.
And you need your phone and you. I mean, here's the funny thing too. I just wanted to share, like, I come from a professional video production background. So I have this false belief that, and for those of you who come from production, you might relate. When you know what a good camera looks like and you know what a high-end shot looks like, you can start putting that pressure on yourself for your videos to always look like that. That's not practical, right? I don't have my team here on a daily basis to go and shoot me. So you have to like really be realistic and also look at, what's required when you're doing videos for the web and you're just doing weekly social media engagements. You don't need that high-end gear. And in fact, a lot of influencers like Marie Forleo and Russell Bronson will share that it's often Russell Bronson found that when he just took his camera out, no lights, no gear, handheld or on a gimbal, run and gun, he got just as much engagement as his high-end professionally shot videos that cost hundreds of thousands of dollars. So, you just need the right fit for the right occasion. All right, Tanya, shall we move into step number 4?
Yes, I'm just playing with playing with my new toy.
Okay. So we'll
join us live now.
Yeah.
So let's go for it. You recap.
So far we covered step 1, know what your hot video mix is, which is how many videos are you going to release a week? What are you committing to? At what length, at what frequency, even what days will you post it? So you have a clear game plan that you can now plug your content topics in. Step 2, create a 90-day content calendar. If you want to do 2 videos a week, come up with 24 hot topics using the step we gave you in step 2. Step 3, have an easy to use text setup. If it's too complicated, you won't use it. Have something really easy, minimalistic at first, and then build on it from there. And now, Tanya, the virtual drum roll, step 4.
That's my drum roll. That's my virtual. If I do that, I think my camera moves. Yes, it is, of course, content. So we talked about content, but what about learning your content and getting that on camera? And so you really want to have an easy way to know and learn your content consistently. Now, full disclosure, when working with our students, we do actually have a video power playbook where we give them over 20 scripting templates for literally every type of video that they might want to be creating, including high value content videos, tips videos, expert interviews, and even, this is my favorite, an invitation to a strategy call video. Now, this does make content creation super easy because our students know exactly what to say and when, and cover those talking points, but also know what not to talk about, right? So it's about what you share, but it's also about knowing when to hold back for the benefit of your students and also to be able to continue that journey of transformation with them. So it's understanding about the psychological trigger points, which is part of your scripts when you learn how to do it, completely in its entirety. However, because you want to understand where to, I call it create voids and create open loops, which is where, because sometimes might you be sharing, you could think about, for instance, a one minute tip video. I couldn't get the words out. And there's only so much you can share in a 1 minute tip, right? You can't solve the whole problem. So how do you choose what goes into that tip? And then how do you create curiosity to the next one? And that is kind of next level stuff. But that's certainly something that, we labor on when we're working with our students. But for you guys here right now who might not have access to those scripts, then we would encourage you to create an outline so that you know your overall talking points, so that you know what to say when you come on, what content you're going to be covering, and then how to round out and close your video, which would be, of course, your call to action. And, when Michelle and I, for our Facebook Lives, we have quite a very detailed outline because there's two of us. And we want to make sure each one of us is, added sufficient to it. And we've all brought the pieces that we want to bring and we want to keep on track. But when I'm doing it for myself now, because I've been making videos for so long, I'll end up getting it down to just a Post-it note. In fact, when I went to the park earlier today, I actually had my content, my outline on a Post-it note so I could deliver it really, really quickly. Of course, the exception here, guys, is that if you are doing a big launch, you're doing like a sales video or even, a recorded webinar with a sales video, then you are going to want to fully script it because you're going to want to make sure you hit each of those psychological trigger points along the way, interspersed, of course, with some content. And that will involve a teleprompter. And of course, there is an art to delivering on a teleprompter, which is, something we obviously teach our students how to use. But if you're not doing that sales and marketing video, then just creating that outline for your videos. And when you've done it, a few times, you can get it down even shorter into a Post-it note. I love the Post-it note strategy, Michelle. I've been using Post-it notes for years. Oh, have I lost Michelle? Oh.
Sorry, somehow it became muted. I'm really big also on not memorizing word for word. That's going to really trip you up. But like you said, you just have an outline.
Videos, yeah.
I'll have an outline with like 7 words on it, right, in the periphery. And you got to run through it a few times so that you're fluid with what you're going to say. But definitely don't memorize word for word. And I saw Susie leaving a note that she had to go. So great having you here. And we'll definitely circle back and reach back out to you with the links we mentioned. So the fifth step, okay, to really being able to move forward.
He just wants to come on camera. Next time he's around, just grab him and bring him on.
This is the second doorbell ring we've had because Spectrum is like the Wi-Fi's down in our neighborhood, so they've been like updating us.
It's live. You guys forgive us.
Yeah, I'm feeling like I'm on Seinfeld. Like, who else is going to stop by today with?
So I'm being Elaine. Like, whenever my daughter watches movies, she claims the character she wants to be. I'm Elaine. Okay, we're not going to argue about that. I'm Elaine, or I could be Kramer. Like, yeah.
All right.
But I'm not George.
So here's the thing. Chester, thank you for sharing. Moving on. So can you give him a bone or something, please? Hey, Chester. Anyway,
the fifth step.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to. Yeah, no, I know where I'm going. I'm just waiting for him to stop. Okay, so the fifth step to making video creation easy and consistent is developing the on-camera confidence mindset. And this is so important because I've seen it again and again where the first thing is I don't have my tech. We knock that problem out. I don't have my hot video mix. We knock that out. Then it's content creation. Let me just tell you, we can give you all the tools and training in the world, but until you've really developed that inner mindset, that muscle that allows you to go on camera consistently and be okay with whatever happens on camera and to be okay with yourself, I guarantee you're going to put up a lot of other reasons why you can't make videos. So this is actually one of the most important pieces, okay? So this was really the big thing for me that held me back. I knew how to make great video. I produce video. I've been doing it for years, but it was really like getting over that feeling after I make a video of watching it and having the Facebook Live hangover and picking myself apart. Right? So Tanya might look at my video and see this, all right? But I look at the video and I see this. I just see a little monkey bouncing around and I just want to criticize the monkey, right? So you might feel like this little guy when you look in the mirror and you just see every little crevice and every little thing you want to change. But if you look deeply, that monkey is actually kind of cute and maybe you need to just love the monkey. So anyway, a big piece of this really, though, is self-compassion. You've got to be willing to take imperfect action and to accept yourself just as you are on camera. Getting good on camera is like riding a bike. The only way out is through. And so, you'd never get to riding that bike if you weren't willing to get up, put the training wheels on, be a little clunky, fall down a few times, and get back up, right? He who dares to keep going wins. And that's the game of video. And so a lot of it is a matter of being okay doing a video that's mediocre or even doing a live that wasn't so great and knowing that you're going to watch it and you're going to ace the next one and that you're going to do continuous improvement. And so it's really deciding to be kind to yourself on camera and to not pick yourself apart, but to focus on what you're here to give and what you're doing right. Now, a big piece that helps with this, and this is something we teach all of our students and clients, is to make your why more important than your how. So you need to make the reason why you're creating that video more important than your discomfort going on camera. So what we recommend you do is take out a piece of paper, write down on that paper, who do you want to reach? What type of impact do you want to have? Maybe pin it right near your camera lens or up on your bulletin board or anywhere that you're going to see it. And keep that in the forefront of your mind to stay on that bigger picture, because that will take your mind off of your concern about how you look, warts, flaws, and all. Tanya.
Yes, and I think you mentioned this one. I'm literally just playing with this, bringing your points up as you were mentioning them, is trying not to be that beauty queen. So there you go, guys. And I'm wondering, in the mindset challenges that Michelle just shared, which ones do you struggle with the most? Is it the art of compassion you need to practice? Is it connecting more to your why, or is it even all of the above? Because we would love to hear what you are thinking, and we really do cherish having that conversation with you. We don't just want to hop on live and just tell you. We want to hear from you. So if you're watching this replay and joining us, please come and join the conversation. So now you have the ultimate advice for smart entrepreneurs who want to create video consistently but just can't seem to take action. Of course, we had knowing your hot video mix, creating your 90-day content calendar, your easy video tech setup, then of course clear templates or at least an outline for crafting your content, and then developing the on-camera confidence mindset. As Michelle said, it truly does make a world of difference, and it's helped us and also, hundreds and hundreds of clients go from dragging their heels and that procrastinationitis to using videos consistently in their business. And it is a needle mover, an absolute needle mover. Now, if you are going, yes, you've convinced me, I'm ready to actually take action, Michelle, I'm going to throw to you for the steak knives, because we have a free gift, free steak knives for everybody. Woohoo!
Kids knives, woohoo! And a monkey. But you got to do a special request for this. This is a fast action bonus for the first. It's hard to get him in the frame. I just love this monkey. I just cleaned out some storage and I found him. I'd forgotten all about this little monkey. We've named him Jean-Luc. He's from France. Jean-Luc, the seductive monkey. All right, but anyway, so what we have for you is you've got some mindset things down. Some of you may not have the equipment that you need. So we've put together, it's a 20 to 30 page, I believe. I think it's now at 30 pages. Anyway, it's a guide to the video equipment you need to get started. So this is our high impact video guide. It has 2 levels of equipment. The first level is your starter pack. So if you're just wanting to start shooting videos on your smartphone and you want the basics like a great light, microphone, and a tripod, we give you our favorite links to equipment that we've personally used, tested, and tried. And for those who want to take it to the next level, we give you some of our higher gear options like video cameras, wireless mics, and all kinds of gadgets like that. So we're going to link to it below in the comments right after this live wraps up. And if you have any questions or you're just interested in talking to us about how you can take this learning or this work further, please be sure to reach out to us. We'll link to our info below. And it was great having you here.
Yes, and I have put, for those of you that
got
can
it
see
in there. She's fast.
I have it in there. So visibleimpactnow.com/free-gift, and that is your DIY studio guide, and it is absolutely amazing. I have just about everything on that list. I love gadgets and tech. But here's the thing, as Michelle said, there's some stuff if you're just starting out, and there's some stuff for if you want, if you want to go a little bit more advanced, no matter where you are. That is definitely for you. And thank you so much for coming and joining us here today and being part of the conversation. And Michelle and I go live every week, so we will see you again soon.
See you soon, guys.
Take care.